High school was 4 years of hell. A little bit of backstory. I moved here when I was in 8th grade in 2021, in the middle of COVID. I finished 8th grade online and didn't really get the chance to meet any friends. But over the summer, I met these two girls that lived in my neighborhood. Let's call them Daisy and Sunny. Daisy and Sunny were actually so sweet, and I was so excited to have met them. I was especially excited because they were going to be in my grade and go into the same high school as me in the fall. They had known each other for forever. They had been best friends since birth. Through them actually was the first time I ended up meeting this other girl. We're gonna call her Blair. Now Blair was actually drop dead gorgeous. When I very first met her, I noticed she would be whispering to her other friends about me, but I didn't think much of it because I'm the new girl and I wasn't gonna say anything about it, and she seemed sweet when she would talk to me. I just told myself I'm overthinking because I always overthink, right? Wrong. So when the school year started, I was sitting with Blair, Daisy, Sunny. We all had a class together, and then there was two other girls that also sat with us. Now mind you, I'm the only one that looks like me in this table at this group, so it was I just felt kind of I didn't belong, but I was just happy to have had friends. Now one day, one of the girls had invited their guy friends to come and sit with us. Out of nowhere, Blair asked him, "Who do you think is the least attractive girl at this table?" And he looks dead at me and goes, "I don't like black girls, so you." And that's fine. That is completely fine. Whatever. But what bugged me is that Blair had known, he makes it very known he's not interested in black girls. She had heard him say that before. So for her to ask him that, in front of all of us, knowing that was going to be his answer, felt targeted towards me. So I was just whoa, okay, this is not the space for me. When I moved here, this was the first time I'd gone to a school that was mostly diverse and not mostly white. Where I grew up in Texas and Florida and Ohio, the schools were all predominantly white, the areas were all predominantly white. So when I was having this interaction in a predominantly black school, I was this is not gonna be where I am. This does not feel like where I belong. And then what gagged me is when I didn't reply to him or respond to him, the girls at the table were "Did you hear what he said?" I heard it. Trust. I just have nothing to say back to it. That will be just the beginning of my issues with Blair. That is just the very first thing that happened. After I stopped sitting next to Blair and all those folks, I started getting closer with this girl that we're gonna call Luna. Luna actually lived 2 houses down from me. Her and I got real close real fast. Me and Luna started to become really close with these other 2 girls that I had known in one of my classes. We're gonna call them Sky and Vanessa. We all became there was 4 of us, so we all meshed really well. I had so much fun with them at the beginning. I started to tell them how I had a crush on this guy we're gonna call Mason. So Mason and Vanessa were actually friends. They had known each other from middle school, and they were pretty close. So she was kind of helping us get together, and she was supposed to be on my side, encouraging him to He'd DM me on Instagram, and we just started talking, and I had such a big crush on him. I would always obviously tell my girls I had such a big crush on him and everything was going well and every good thing he was saying to me and all of that stuff. But little did I know that Mason was talking mad shit to Vanessa about me, all behind my back. He was just saying things I was too whitewashed for him and all that stuff, when in front of my face he was acting like I was the freaking love of his life. And the issue here is that Vanessa never told me any of this. She never told me he was talking shit to her. She let me sit there just going on about how we were so in love and I was gonna be the love of his life, whole time knowing he wanted nothing to do with me. And I found out my best friend Luna was moving away. So I decided to throw her a little going away party at my house, since we were right there and I had a nice backyard. I obviously invited all the girls and all of our good friends, and even some of the guys that the other girls were talking to. I didn't invite Mason. For a while everything was great. Luna had moved away, but we were all still keeping in touch. I was still close with the other 2 girls. But after the first, I would say month after Luna moved away, Vanessa started acting really weird. I started to notice how she would call herself a girl's girl, but go out of her way to embarrass other girls in front of dudes. Not just me, other girls too. When we got in front of guys, she would say things oh, you need to put on some perfume, or you need to fix your hair, or you look a mess, and she would only do it in front of guys, not being a genuine girl's girl, girl, you got something on your shirt, like, let me help you, let me get it off. No, it was like blatantly to embarrass us in front of other guys. I didn't say anything at that moment directly to her. I just kind of started distancing myself, and I guess she didn't like that, and we got into an argument like really quickly after I started distancing myself. And I'm such like the non-confrontational type. I couldn't even like really defend myself. I went home on the bus like just in tears. Like when I'm upset, I just cry. So I was crying on the bus ride home. So Vanessa and the other girl were like closer because they had been best friends before. So when I stopped talking to Vanessa, I stopped talking to her too, or she stopped talking to me. They both blocked me on everything. I found out after all this that her and Mason would like continuously talk shit about me. Like it was both of them. I found out she had told Mason that I'm like a whore, which was just like the first step in how I became the school whore. So I ended the school year with no friends, no boys, nobody to talk to. I was all by myself. Vanessa was a lot more popular than I was, so she was going around telling everybody like not to be friends with me and stuff. Sophomore year, things got way worse, and that's how I really became the school whore, but this was just important context to know before I really get deep into it.
Story time on the time on why I'm not doing office happy hours anymore. Not at all. Or work events ever, for this matter. Or, you know what, actually, if it's bowling, I'll do bowling with absolutely no alcohol, maybe a corn dog. That's the best I'll do. Me and the duck pins. That's it. No orange crushes. So I actually love this story because it's actually so fresh. Looking at the time right now, I'm 25 hours out. This was yesterday. I'm still experiencing war flashbacks. So just bear with me through this story. Black and white images of stuff I should never be thinking about. Can't escape me. So this all starts when I get a job. I get my first real job. Woo! I made it kinda. My first real job, corporate. I'm in a cubicle, okay? This is work culture now. Oh, okay. Now, granted, I'm just used to my measly little customer service jobs, right? Like what I was built on the foundation of cussing out customers to their face. Now I'm in a cubicle, right? 2 computers. I have a plant, a fake succulent that I'm looking at. 9 to 5. Holy shit. Very different. We have a Teams chat. I'm used to texting my manager cracked out at 4 in the morning saying, hey girl, am I still working today? Right? No, like we use Teams now. Very proper. Everybody shows up at the same time. Everybody leaves at the same time. I'm used to my shifts going from 4 to 8. Nope, it's just all the same. All right. So what a real job comes with, it comes with, first of all, 40 hours a week. Still adapting with that one. But you want to know what? 40 hours a week also comes with money that I've never had before. I'm so confused. Imposter syndrome. I'm used to bi-weekly paychecks. Every 2 weeks, I'm getting $100. Can barely afford a candy bar. 2 at that, right? I'm really pushing it that week. But now I'm getting paid weekly. And these checks I can survive on. I have spending money. Okay, Amazon. Anyway, so what comes with a real corporate kind of job is work culture, bonuses, rewards, after hour hangouts. Ooh, this is different. So it all started 2 weeks ago, I want to say 2.5 weeks ago. I don't know. But the Teams group chat, I get a ping on it. And I'm like, oh, who's in trouble? We're all about to be in trouble because the main manager just chatted and said, guess what, guys? We're doing happy hour again. It's the season. Lock in, everybody. But I see in his message, happy hour on Thursday with the location and everything. Thursday. And I was like, ooh, typo. Had to be a typo. Because Friday, we're all going to turn up, right? I think it wasn't a typo. I came to find out we do happy hours on Thursdays because people get too rowdy on Fridays because they don't have work after this and that. Now watch this magic trick, because I read that and I said, ooh, that's a challenge. Because I'm built on the foundation of my customer service jobs. I was going out until 4 in the morning. I was clocking in at 8. I was still, seeing double while trying to work my double, right? So a happy hour shouldn't be a challenge for me. If I'm starting the drinking at, 5:30, 6 p.m., it's going to be all smiles. It's going to be all smiles. Everything's going to go good. So I'm like, okay, like a happy hour, I don't really know how this works with like a work event. Like, is this very much like we all go there, we have our own tabs, put our own cards down, maybe all share a load of tater tots. I don't know how does this work. Talking to my coworkers a little bit, happy hours on the company's tab for an allotted amount of time. All you can drink, all you can eat. Oh, I'm at a buffet. Let's have fun. So I'm like, shit, for sure you're right on. I'm pulling up to this no matter what. And it's a Thursday too. So I definitely don't have plans after work. I was just going to crash out and cry at home. I got something on the books now. Let's have fun. So the day comes, the infamous day. Yesterday, it's Thursday. Let's lock in. Let's have fun. So I will never forget because it literally was yesterday. So if I forgot, I have fucking issues. I get to work, vibe is completely different than normal. Keep in mind, like, everybody, I love my job. Everybody dresses, you know, how they want. Very cute, very fresh, very stylish. But I swear, yesterday, it was a different breeze in the air. Everybody was looking cute as fuck. I was like, shit, we are going to happy hour. Let's lock in. Everyone looks good. Everyone's laughing a little bit louder. The vibes are so good. And keep in mind, I was doing my job very, very well yesterday. I was getting sales, which I get a couple sales here and there. But I met the goal for once. I was like, fuck, it's going to be fun. So, you know, we worked the whole shift. Everyone's laughing. I'm in everybody's face saying, lock in a couple more hours. Come on, we're going to be at the restaurant down the street. Come on, we got this. Get a message in the chat saying that the bar area that we have now is outside. Even cooler. Come on, it's nice outside. I'm having fun. Clock hits 5:30. You would have thought it was New Year's. It hit 5:30. I look up. People are sprinting out the door. Sprinting. Forrest Gump. Run, run, run. I'm like, shit, I'm grabbing my chargers and stuff. I'm like, okay, fuck. Like, and my one coworker, she just got a new car. And we were talking about the whole day. Like, I just haven't been able to see her car yet. So I was like, girl, I'm seeing it today. Because I'm leaving at 5:30. I'm not staying after. I want orange crushes in my hand, please. So I get up, you know, I got my loose change in my hand. I'm trying to make it to happy hour, this and that. And I'm walking out with my coworker. And she's like, yeah, like, come see my car. Hell yeah. Walk to her car. I look inside. Oh, I got dragged into the car. She looked at me. She was like, you just want me to drive, like, us to happy hour? I was like, hell yeah. My car staying here. Us at happy hour. My car, a tomorrow situation. Let's go. So we're in the car. We're giggling, yapping. You know what? Pull into the happy hour. We're here now. It's a war zone. We're walking into this happy hour. When I tell you, we were the latecomers. I swear, we got off of work at 5:30. It's 5:35. We're in the parking lot. I'm looking at tables filled to the brim. I see 4 full tables. I see drinks already on the tables. And some appetizers almost already coming out at this point. Oh, shit. Okay. So we sit down, talking to everybody, this and that. I pick up my little drink menu. I don't know why I looked at that. Because I know I do this every fucking weekend. I'm role-playing at this point. What should I do? I'm reading the Bible. The server comes back over. She's dropping off drinks. I pull her to the side real quick. I said, Mama, come here. I said, orange crush, please, right now. So something I forgot to mention, too. So I play around with these little jokes, and I need to stop doing it because I manifest my reality somehow with jokes. It's only jokes, right? If I really, really want something, actually, it won't happen. If I'm joking around, like, I'm like, a tree's gonna hit me on the way out when I leave my car today. Trust and believe you'll see me in the morning news, tree stumps on my head, okay? So the whole day, like, not even the whole day, like, days coming up to the happy hour, I was in everybody's face like, oh, we're gonna be doing rumple at the happy hour, rumple mints. Now, if you don't know what rumple mints is, first of all, feel blessed. Second of all, I want you to click off right here. Real quick, baby. Click off. Go to Google, type in rumple mints, and zoom in really quickly to look at the alcohol percentage. Then come on back and realize what we're reckoning with. Okay? Thank you. So I get my orange crush in hand, and my one coworker that I was like giggling the whole day about with, she was like, should we do rumple right now? And I was like, oh, it wasn't a joke. Yeah, let's do it. Because I've never met someone meet my speed like that. Yeah, let's do it. Server comes back over. Coworker looks. She says, we'll take 3 rumple mint shots, please. 3. Me, her, and my other coworker. Okay, we're all locked in. Fuck. Okay. So I'm drinking my orange crush. Rumple comes out. We all do it. Once again, at this point, you should know what rumple is. My face starts getting red because 1 rumple will get me tipsy. So at this point, I'm orange crush deep. 1 rumple deep. I'll order my second orange crush. Oh, this shit's starting to come. And then I see my coworker across the table. She's got buffalo shrimp. Because I forgot this is all you can eat fucking too. Not actually, but like, it's on the company's tab. So now I have liquid courage. I'll pull the server over. I'm not food shy anymore. I'll take the buffalo shrimp, please. Whatever it is. And if you want to add anything you want to it, do it. I'm having fun. Buffalo shrimp. And God bless the server that was serving us. Oh gosh, I don't know how they do company parties because every time she's coming over, like there's like 18 more orders. So she comes over with buffalo shrimp. I'm already done my orange crush. Now I'm on number 2. Finish that one. Now I'm on 3. And I make eye contact with my coworker that had the buffalo shrimp from across the table. See her with a tequila shot in hand. I look at her, I say, lock in. I can't do tequila because when I do tequila, I have this cute little thing. I only argue with men, which is really fun to do. Not at the company happy hour. If I see a man, I'm going to somehow find an argument. And I don't. So I do vodka. She does tequila. I blink. Now we do 3 shots of tequila. I'm doing 3 shots of vodka. Now I'm 4 shots deep, 3 drinks deep, and a rumple shot deep. What the fuck? And while this is all going on in the midst of it, so there's a food runner, right? a lot of food runners, and one of the food runners, he's like trying to drop something off to our table and it's like incorrect, or like it wasn't our food, something like that. And my coworker to the left of me proceeds to say something to like the food runner, right? Like, oh, like that's not ours, whatever. They exchanged like a couple giggles too much. Now I'm drunk at this point and I'm like, oh, he wanted you bad. And my coworker's like, cut it out, like knee slap and like stop, because I do this all the time. And now that I'm sober, I'm saying, you'll see why. The food runner did want, yeah. He said they're pecan pie. So 10 minutes elapsed and my coworker nudged me and they're like, okay, wait, like the food runners at the host stand right now, they keep looking at us. Like, am I tripping? I look for a little bit, they're not looking at us, but I'm like, maybe. At the same time, the food runner kind of comes back up and this time comes to my side. Oh, what's going on here? Food runner comes up and proceeds to look and they're like, oh yeah, like I don't want to like make this hot or anything, but the host is really nervous to say anything, but like the host has seen you on TikTok before and like really like wants you to say hi, like this and that. Me? I keep forgetting. I have 89,000 followers. That's it. That's fucking insane. But like people noticing me in public, that's only happened one other time at the bar. And I literally was 40 minutes away from my house. I was in the capital of my state. Out at the bar, somebody recognized me. What the fuck? So I'm like drunk at this point. I'm like, okay, I'm drunk. I don't know how to do this. Like that's so fucking surreal. That's so cool. But like, how do I do this? Like,
I'm not kidding you. This man literally took me on a first date to his ex's job. Hi guys, good morning. Get ready with me while I tell you about a first date from literal hell. Okay, so I meet this guy off a Hinge. I should probably stay off a Hinge from now on. But I meet this man off of Hinge, right? And when I tell you this man is like cute, but he's like normal. Like he's a normal, down-to-earth man. I sensed no like major ego from him, you know? So we're texting for a few days and he's talking about what he does for work. He works in tech and I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool. Like I work at Swig, you know, like I'm in college, so I still work at Swig. I still work pretty small job, you know? But we're texting and all that and we decide to go on a brunch for our first date. So I'm thinking nothing of this brunch, right? Like I'm thinking this is going to be cute. This is going to be casual. I'm going to be able to wear a cute dress and it'll be fun. Boy, was I wrong. So we decided to meet at this cute little cafe that's in San Antonio because I'm not too far from San Antonio. So we meet there and I show up looking cute, you know, I'm wearing a cute little dress, you know, cute little glam. And he's already there. He looks great. And he has a bouquet of flowers in his hand. Pause. I'm gonna go do my lips off camera with Statue Coral lip stain. So again, I see him standing there with the flowers, and I'm still walking up, so I can't really see him that well, but he looks pretty nice, like he looks good and everything, and I can see that he has flowers in his hand. So I finally get up to him and I see him. He looks good. He looks good, guys. And he gives me a hug, walks me to the table, and we sit down, right? So as I'm sitting down, he pulls up my chair for me. He's being a gentleman. Like, all of the cards are being played right here. Like, there's nothing that's going wrong. Like, everything is great. So yeah, we're sitting down and he proceeds to hand me these flowers. And they're kind of wilted. Now, I don't think anything of this because I'm thinking, oh, maybe he got them a few days ago because he was going to be busy, so maybe he just got them early. No. You know, I didn't want to be rude to this guy or anything, so I didn't say anything about the flowers being wilted because I'm not going to seem like I don't need perfect flowers. Like, I didn't want to seem like this entitled, like, upfront bitch to him, so I was grateful for the flowers, obviously, so I'm not going to say anything. Why would I? That's just rude. But before I could even think about not asking, he proceeds to tell me, yeah, I got those flowers from my ex. So, yeah, drops a bomb on me. Yeah, I got those flowers from my ex. You know, it was their anniversary. Their anniversary was that day. Then he proceeds to tell me that he literally broke up with his ex the day that we matched on Hinge. That makes me feel great. So at this point, we're about halfway through brunch, and I'm still thinking that this man is, like, full-on joking. I fully think that he is joking with me and pulling this fantastic prank and that he's, like, an actor of some sort, like, because there's no way that he just full-on told me the truth. You know, if it wasn't for the free food, I probably would have left, but I'll do anything for free food, so. So we're still about halfway through brunch, and this man starts trauma dumping on my ass. He's going on and on and on about how his ex cheated on him with her coworker at a bookstore, and I'm like, oof, that's kind of rough, but I don't care. So then he tells me, do you actually want to go to the bookstore? It's right down the road. Sir, what did you just ask me? Now again, I'm sitting there just laughing because I'm thinking that this man is joking. I'm still hoping that this man is joking. He was not. So next thing you know, I'm in his car. And here's a minor green flag to everything that is happening around this. As we're in the car, the only thing that he played, Frank Ocean, like we were at a fucking funeral.
So again, here I am in this car, just driving along, just enjoying the ride. And I'm thinking to myself, well, at least if I die, at least I will be listening to Frank Ocean. So, we're driving along, we're doing our thing, we're just sitting there in silence, and I'm just grooving. I'm having a decent time. Like, he's not a bad driver, and I'm just getting to listen to Frank, hoping I don't die. And he pulls into this cute little indie shop, this cute little store, and I'm like, okay, like, that's cute. So this man, he parks, we're looking at the store, so I make a comment saying it's cute, whatever. He opens the door, and I'm like, hold on, we're going in? So next thing I know, we're walking up into this bookstore, right? I stop and ask him, like, okay, hold on, why are we going in here? I just need to know. Apparently the guy still works there. The guy that his girlfriend cheated on him with. He wanted closure, but not any kind of closure. He wanted jealousy closure. He wanted to show it off. And you know what? I can't even blame a man for wanting to be jealous, or like wanting to show off something, because God knows I'm a jealous person. So I went ahead and walked onto the store and just let this guy have his fun, because who am I to stop him? But I just kind of pretended I didn't understand what was happening and I didn't know who this guy was, So now I tell this man that I want to go get some dessert. So he takes us back to the restaurant because our table's still there. Like, they told us that we have, X amount of time, and we still had time within our allotted space. So we went ahead and went back to the restaurant. We got some dessert. I remember being in like really in the mood for like a creme brulee with fruit on it, specifically just something like fruit. I wanted a tart or like a pastry of some sort that was very fruity, very light, very summery, that I can get a cute Instagram post because I looked so good, guys. I looked so good. It's kind of really all I wanted out of this whole thing was 1, a free meal, 2, some fun, and a cute little Instagram picture because I used a good dress. Like, I needed a good photo. So I tell him what we want to eat, and I'm like, I really want a pastry. He says, let's go back to the restaurant. I know the pastry chef. She's amazing. I think nothing of that. She's amazing. I know the pastry chef. She's amazing. I think nothing of that because that's not like a strange thing to say. Like, it's not like, oh, who is she? Why do you know her? So now we're back at the restaurant. We're back at our table. We're sitting at our original table that we were at before, and we order 2 of them because he says they're pretty small, so we order 2 of them, and I really just wanted my own so I could take a cute little photo. So after we order them, our waiter tells us it'll be about 20 minutes because it takes them a while to cook, and then of course they have to caramelize the top, so that takes a little bit of extra time. Obviously, I know what the heck a creme brulee is. That's okay. But yeah, so we're just sitting there, we're talking again, and I wanted to ask him, since we were on the topic of exes, I was like, okay, well, like, why exactly did you break up with your ex? I was just curious. I just wanted to know, So it's now been about 20 minutes, and our creme brulees are coming out. And lo and behold, our server is not bringing them. But who is? The pastry chef actually came out and brought us our treats herself because she said that she made them specially. But she made them special for a very specific reason. And we don't really notice that she's coming up to our table until she's basically at our table. So we're still talking about exes. And as she brings the creme brulees, he looks up and looks at me and goes, "That's my ex." So this man had the audacity to bring me on a date, a first date, to his ex-girlfriend's restaurant. But stay with me, guys. Now it's still getting worse. It is still getting worse. Now remember those flowers that he bought for me, but were for his ex? The only reason we went to this cafe was because he had a reservation. It was supposed to be for his ex's anniversary. I was on their date. I was on their anniversary date. There I was, absolutely dumbfounded. He took me on a first date to his ex's job.
You ready while I tell you guys how I'm gonna be grounded for a whole year? Yes, a whole year, like starting today. So yesterday I was gonna be hanging out with like friends and going to a party, and I didn't tell my mom, which is like where I messed up. So I left my house at like 6, but before I left my house, my mom was like super on edge. Like, she kept on coming in my room, literally no joke, every 10 minutes while I was doing my makeup to go out, and she kept on being like, why are you doing your makeup? Why are you getting ready? Which is weird because like I low-key do my makeup all the time and don't go anywhere. So after she kept on like being weird, I was debating even going. I was like, I don't know if I want to go anymore. I texted my friends and they were saying, just come, it's gonna be fine. Like, she's just paranoid right now. Okay, so my friends got here and then I snuck out using my window. And I make it into my friend's car and then I start low-key like panicking. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna be in so much trouble if my mom catches me. It's not. Then my friends and I go out. We're out for like 1, max 2 hours. when I then start hearing, like, feeling the vibration of my phone going off, like someone's calling me. Y'all, no joke, my stomach literally fell to my butt. I already knew who it was. I grab my phone, I look at it, and just as I expected, it was my mom calling. I obviously couldn't answer it because I was at a party, there was music, my mom would just start going crazy. My friends, we had to go, so we left super quick. We got in their car, and while we got in their car, that's when I ended up calling my mom. As soon as I answered the phone, my mom just automatically started yelling like, I got it. She's like, what are you doing out this late? What are you? I just came in your room, you're not in here. Like, she was going crazy. I'm on the phone, like, literally trying to calm my mom down. My friends are looking at me horrified because, you know, like, if you have your phone loud enough on your, like, on the ear, like, they could hear my mom yelling at me. So my mom was like, you got 5 minutes to get home. If you're not here in 5 minutes, you're, like, in deep trouble. Mind you, I was 30 minutes away from my house. And obviously I'm not gonna make my friends speed to my house. Like, I don't want to get in a car accident. So literally as soon as I got to the house, like as soon as I pulled up, I see my mom running outside. She opens the car door and snatches me and literally drags me back into the house. Like, I'm not joking, she literally dragged me into the house. Like, my butt was getting scraped on the floor. Like, I'm not lying. And then once I got inside, I got chewed out even more than the phone and getting dragged into the house. My mom said, give me your phone. So you guys probably wondering how I'm recording. My mom's at work, so I found the phone at the house. So she took away my phone and she said that I'm grounded for the next year. She's considering sending me to boarding school because I've been misbehaving so much. I just end up losing my train of thought, and then it's like 8 minutes long because I lose track of what I said. So I'm just gonna do it this way. I do have a little story time, but long story short is I probably will be moving out of my apartment within this month, probably within the next 2 weeks. You're probably thinking, Emma, you just moved in January. And I did sign a 14-month lease. So my lease would have been up in March of 2026. 2 days ago, I was out of town. I was up in Tampa with my sister and my boyfriend, and I was an hour and a half away from my home. And I have a Ring doorbell, which records video and audio. So I got a notification, the first notification of a woman knocking on my door and basically entering my apartment. I was like freaking out on the inside because I'm like, I don't know who this lady is. I've never seen her before. Listen to the audio, and she's the property manager, well, the new property manager. She had like keys and like a bin of, I don't know what she was doing. So she obviously has access to my apartment. I didn't think anything of that, like whatever. I wasn't notified that that would be happening, but 3 minutes later, I got another notification of 3 grown men leaving my apartment. So in total, I had 4 people in my apartment, not knowing what they were doing. I was freaking out, I was uncomfortable, I didn't know what was going on. I don't have cameras inside, so I have no idea what they were doing. But I listened to the audio, and the 3 grown men were having a conversation about how nasty my place is and talking about my dirty tampons and this and that. Yeah. I'm a 21-year-old girl who lives alone, so like hearing that, not knowing the situation, it just freaked me out. I didn't really know what to do. I was an hour away, so I immediately called my mom and I was like, can you please go to my apartment? There's 3 men. I sent her the video, this and that. So she speaks to the property manager. Basically, they were doing like a fire check. It's yearly. They do it once a year. So the 3 men work for a company that do fire checks for smoke alarms, sprinklers, because I do have sprinklers in here, which is fine. That is their job. They're supposed to do that. I had no notice. Apparently, they sent out an email in bulk multiple times. I never got a single email. Also said that they put a flyer on everyone's door. I did not have a flyer. Leasing agent that was also there with a property manager and my mom, she looked up if the email was sent to my email, and it was not. I was not included in the bulk email, which could have been an honest mistake, but I still think it's their job to make sure that everyone receives an email, to make sure that everyone receives a flyer or at least a text message. My mom did tell me there's a law within Florida. It's like Florida Statute 823. I'll put it right here. Basically saying that a landlord or property manager cannot enter a tenant's unit without proper notice. There should be at least a 24-hour notice before the property manager or whoever enters your apartment, which obviously I did not receive. They obviously did not know, but that's their job to give me notice, and they did not. So, honest mistake or not, the whole situation should have just never happened. That's not the only reason why I want to leave. There's multiple reasons. One being, I got a flyer
2 days before the incident happened, basically saying that everyone hates the leasing staff and they have mold growing in their apartment, basically just saying that this place sucks. And for them to say that they have problems with the leasing staff means that some other stuff has happened. I don't know what. But clearly there's other incidents going on. Second, when I first moved in, I had a leak from my washer. Mold was growing on my wall. So the first maintenance guy came in, he cut out a hole, which it's still there, by the way. It's been 6 months. No one's came to fix it. The maintenance guy that I let into my apartment, yeah, he was arrested for theft and stealing. All I can say is that I'm happy he did not enter my apartment when I was not home. I have put in multiple work orders and none of them have been fixed. There's just a lot of ongoing problems within this community. I also do not feel safe here. They have gates, but they don't use them. I've been here for 6 months and they have never been closed. As you guys know, I'm in a townhouse. I just say apartment for the sake of the video. Anyone that enters the community has access to every unit. With the incident and everything else, I'm just taking this as my sign that I just need to get the heck out and go to a new apartment. And I'm not saying that this couldn't happen anywhere else, but I just think I need to pack and get out. I'm just waiting to hear back from the property manager to get me out of my lease.